It's about time with Rashawn's About Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. What's up to my About Time Boxing family and my Trill 100 Mil gang? Thank you to everybody who has been supporting the channel. Special thanks to everybody who has been patiently waiting for me to put up new content. I haven't, put up anything in a while, but now I'm back at it. Um, if you Thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel, has been taking out the time to watch the videos, like the videos, and leave the comments. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Pass the word. Encourage others to subscribe. Pass the word about Rashawn's About Time Boxing. Become part of the About Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang. All right, Jarrett Hurd versus Luis Arias. Luis Arias. That was a really good fight. It was on the Mayweather Paul undercard. Um, that was a fight to talk about. You got two guys. They both, I believe, both Jarrett Hurd and Luis Arias. They both 30 years old. Jarrett Hurd is 24, 16, and 2. And his two losses, of course, is the Luis Arias and Julian J. Rock Williams. But his resume is good. He fought a lot of guys with names. He beat Lara for a belt. Um, he actually he stopped Tony Harrison. He fought Austin Trout. Who else? No, I mean I think those are the big names. But to say the least, his resume is a lot more better. And I don't know if that's to say that he may have been in more wars, but before the fight, when after, like during the weigh-in, Jarrett Hurd felt like that Luis Arias kept focusing on him making weight and all of that, things of that nature. So, and he thought, and Jarrett Hurd felt like that's what he was focusing on. But Jarrett Hurd said he didn't have a problem making weight, blah blah blah. But nonetheless, you can see the ring rust. Jarrett Hurd got outboxed in every facet of that fight. I mean, listen, shout out to both fighters, to Jarrett Hurd. I like Jarrett Hurd, and Luis Arias. I like him too. But, congratulations is in order for Luis Arias. Excuse me. Because he did his thing. He went in there and he did his thing. And I mean, he kept catching Jarrett Hurd repeatedly with that overhand right. Bang, and that Jarrett Hurd just kept keeping his left hand low, and just kept getting caught. Bang, caught, bang. I said, he's scrambling this guy's brains. But, Jarrett Hurd, didn't stick to his game plan. And, Jarrett Hurd, aside from the fact that he's, after he lost to J-Rock, he hasn't fought since then, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? So he took a lot of time off. Then he lost his father. May his father rest well. You know what I'm saying? But he made mention, like after the weigh-in when they was interviewing him, he made mention. He said he wanted to fight Jermell Charlo. I like Jarrett Hurd, but Jarrett, you are not ready for Jermell Charlo. You're not. Jermell Charlo. Listen, the Jarrett Hurd that fought Arias, if that Jarrett Hurd show up to fight Charlo, that fight will not go 12 rounds. Jermell will exploit and expose that and will dispose of Jarrett Hurd just like that. I mean, he should have, being as though he'd been away from the ring so long, he should have, but I guess they thought that Luis Arias was going to be that tune-up fight to show that even though he'd been away, he's still, he's still in the mix. I think he need to take maybe 2 or 3 more fights, or even rematch Luis Arias. Rematch him. I would love to see that fight again. I thought it was a great fight. But Luis Arias, hats off to you, bro. He did his damn thing. He won that fight. And it's crazy because after the fight was over, I actually thought that they was probably going to try to rob him and get a fight to Hurd. I thought that. I said, if they do that. But he won that fight fair and square. I mean, he landed more power punches. You know what I mean? And see, Jarrett Hurd got that style, where, like, he thought he was going to beat Luis Arias the same way he beat Austin Trout, same way he beat Lara. Pressure. He's a pressure fighter. He's not really a boxer. Like, he's a pressure fighter. Just try to keep pressure on you, wear you down, and just keeping the pressure on you, and just, and then he smother his own shots too. As tall as he is, he don't use his height or, his arm length to his advantage. He suffocates his own shots when he fighting on the inside. He can't sit on a punch, because you need a certain amount of distance. For anybody who box, y'all know what I'm talking about. You need a certain amount of distance. You need to be able to establish your range in order to be able to sit on your punches the way you need to make sure your punches are effective. And Jarrett Hurd, even when he fought Lara, I mean, it's just that, Lara just got tired. He just kept stepping to Lara, and then Lara was forced to, use his feet. He was on his bicycle all the time, just wore him down. His legs got tired and stuff, and he just wore him down. It wasn't like he really, like, outboxed, Arislandi Lara, nothing like that. I like Arislandi Lara. I like Lara. But Jarrett Hurd just, he suffocates his own shots. He really don't know how to use his size to his advantage the way he should. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not ready to fight no Jermell Charlo in his next fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if if he planned to, to stay at 54, cool, because, that's what he say he want, he want to, go down to 54 and fight, and fight Jermell Charlo, but stay at 60 and fight Demetrius Andrade. I think that'll be a nice fight. I think it'll be a nice fight. But Luis Arias, I mean, listen, he gave a great performance. He did, and I thought he won the fight hands down. He was winning round after round after round. And Jarrett Hurd, like I said, he just kept getting caught with that overhand. Like, he just kept getting caught with it. He kept getting caught with that joint. I'm like, dude, when are you going to get that hand up? And, and block that joint. He never saw it coming. Because he in the inside with his hands down, and he just tap, 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 tap. That's what he doing. He didn't keep Arias at a range where his height, will work to his advantage. He didn't do that. Jarrett Hurd fought that whole fight. The way he fought that whole fight was wrong. And I think he said he got a new trainer. Dude, the whole fight, he fought that whole fight wrong. And Luis Arias fought his entire fight right. He did everything. And they put him in there with Hurd because Jarrett Hurd and them thought that would be the perfect comeback fight. Somebody, that's tough. Because, he lost to Arias. He fought Daniel Jacobs too. But he lost to Jacobs by unanimous decision. So he even took Danny. He took Danny, to the max. And I think his draw was with, I think I might have mentioned it, but it was with Gabriel Rosado. And, Gabby tests a lot of people. Gabriel Rosado is a legitimate, to me, or was a legitimate measuring stick for people, because Gabby is tough. He tough. And he show up to fight. And Arias shows up to fight. He showed up to fight. And he show up to fight all the time. Again, man, congratulations to you, man. Luis Arias, you did your damn thing, bro. You did your thing. Jarrett Hurd, like I said, it's the ring. You can tell too that he got a lot of ring rust, a lot of ring rust. So I think he need to take maybe 2 or 3 more, you know, uh, easy or gimme fights, as you know what I mean. If you want to call it that. And out of those 2 or 3, I think he should take 3 more. But out of those 3, I think he should I would love to see him rematch Luis Arias. What do y'all think? Did y'all see the fight? Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what y'all think about Jarrett Hurd versus Luis Arias. How do y'all think Arias performed? I thought he performed great. I thought he did. You know what I mean? I thought he won the fight hands down. Hands down. Y'all think Jarrett Hurd is ready for Jermell Charlo? Now? No. Anybody that's in their right mind, if you know boxing, y'all know he not ready to fight Jermell Charlo. And again, this is not taking nothing away from Jarrett Hurd. But that performance. Styles make fights, absolutely. I say that all the time. But Arias had the perfect style. And Jarrett Hurd fights the same fight. You see what I'm saying? After the weigh-in, he was like, "Oh, I'm a box him. I could box him. I could bang. I could do this." You just fought your regular fight. You just kept trying to keep the pressure on him, just walking to him, trying to wear him down, force him to get tired from having to move around. Try to keep him on his bicycle. But he outpunched Jarrett Hurd, outlanded Jarrett Hurd. He had a higher power punch output, percentage. He, like I said, I can't say enough about Luis Arias. His performance was great. He gave a great performance. I thought. I would love to see the fight again. And Jarrett Hurd, bro, listen, I like you, man. I'm a fan, but you are not ready for Jermell Charlo, and that's respectfully speaking, bro. You're not now. And if you real with yourself, you know that you're not ready for Jermell Charlo. And if that was a knockoff fight to see let's say if that was a spot for the #1 contender, Arias would have that joint. Even though I feel like Charlo would beat him too, but I'm just saying, he won the fight. I thought, I to be honest, I never even thought that Jarrett Hurd was ever in the fight. I never thought he would. I felt like he was never in the fight. And you could, like I said, and again, I can't reiterate enough, like you can see that ring rust on him. And maybe, he might have had, with the thing with losing his father, in his mind, and, being off for all that time and just coming back, wondering, like how, what it was like. But if you prepared in camp, and he said he was ready. At the weigh-in afterwards, when he got interviewed, he said he was ready. Jarrett Hurd said, "No, I'm ready." So I'm ready. So if you said you made weight easy, you had no problem preparing, you had a great camp, you got a new trainer, all that kind of stuff, then it ain't no excuse for that performance. That's basically what you're saying. So, I mean, nah, dude, you need about three more, you know what I mean, convincing wins to make people believe that you're ready to fight Jermell Charlo, because you not ready for Jermell Charlo. That's a different type of dog. He a different type of animal. You not ready for that attack. That fight will not. If Jarrett Hurd fought Jermell in his next fight, that fight will not go 12 rounds. I promise y'all that it will not go 12 rounds. So anyway, let me know what y'all think about Jarrett Hurd versus Luis Arias. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Leave me some comments. And let me know what y'all think. Is he ready for Jermell Charlo? I don't think so. Would y'all like to see him rematch Arias? I would like to. I would like to see that. But overall, like I said, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what y'all think. Rashawn's About Time Boxing. Trill 100 Mil Gang.